Hey, what's up? What's up, guys? Good morning. Let's do a sound check here. Make sure my sound is working. All right, sound is working. Sound is good. There we go. All right, so let's look at the gappers today. Right now, I'm seeing BYND, definitely a large cap stock. Gapping up from 99.50 to 123, so just a huge gap up here. This is a ridiculous gap up. I'll have to look up this news in a minute just to see what's going on with this one. We also have SENS gapping up from 181 to 204. Went as high as 250, but now it came all the way back down to 203. So it's already filled some of these gaps. And this is what I kind of worry about with trading and pre-market is a lot of times these things fill that gap like that. Another good one that was moving yesterday and after hours was LJPC. LJPC gapping up from 1020s to 1210, but this one ran all the way up from 530 all the way up to right around $10, a little bit over $10 actually. All the way up to 1120s yesterday in market hours. So this one had a huge run up, over 100% run yesterday, and now it's gapping up about $2 or so in pre-market. So interesting to see where LJPC goes. We also have AMD looking strong. Let's see what the overall market is doing today. Market is gapping up again. It's up to 285.30. Earnings, yeah, for sure. All right, let me know if you guys see anything else that I didn't review right there. That's mostly the big gappers that I'm seeing right now. There might be a few other ones, but that's mostly the big ones I see right now. I think we have Zoomies, ZUMZ. I think that's Zoomies, right? Skateboard company. Yeah, it's starting to give some of it back, down to 2012. So Zoomies getting hit a little bit. We also have CZR gapping up from 913 to 960s. That one's not bad either for CZR. PD, let's see what else we get. GLUU gapping up some. RWLK moving but looking weak. BTI, British Tobacco, BT. BKS is Barnes and Noble. Uh-oh. Honestly, what's going on with Barnes and Noble here? I mean, I kind of want to short it just based off of bias. I think it's an obsolete business model. But we'll see. Got a few gap downs as well. DocuSign, DOCU. We have Domo, DOMU, INSY gapping down. It's getting bought out. So we'll look up some news in just a minute. I'm going to go make myself some coffee. Look at the SPY get hit here, though. SPY is getting hit after a big green day yesterday. SPY is getting hit now. It's down to 285 or so. Where was the previous closing price? The previous close was 284.74. So right here, that was the closing price. So we still got a little bit of ways until it hits that, but we will see. We'll see what we get there. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the SPY's back down. I mean, we're right around the previous day's close, so it's really roughly break even. I mean, it's about 20 cents away from it, I think. Right? Yeah, we're about 24 cents away from the previous close. The previous close on the SPY, at least, was at 284.74. And so we'll see. I mean, it may find some support there. I think that's an interesting level to watch. You can also see AMD kind of giving it back here as well. And AMD closed yesterday at 84, so right here. So we'll see what happens with that one. It's effectively under it now, so it's technically red for AMD. So we'll see where that one goes as well. But yeah, we don't have some bad movement here. LJPC probably the biggest watch. Really nice moves here. Big gap up. Big percentage move yesterday. See if I can find anything else. I mean, I'm looking at Roku and Kron. Trading's been okay. It hasn't been great for the competition, but it's been good. My live account's actually in profits now. Does anybody know if the TradeNet competition... Yeah. Does anybody know if the TradeNet competition ends today or does it end next week? I think it ends next week, correct? I can't remember. I don't know if it ends today or next week. I don't know if it ends today. I don't think it ends today. I think it's next week. Okay. Appreciate that, Shreep. Thanks, brother. Okay. Monday works. So I still got 2 days. We'll have some fun with it. Oh, I took a big loss yesterday on it. I forgot to say that. I haven't been uploading videos in the last 2 days. Wednesday was a green day. Yesterday was a bad day. I ended the day down like 2,400 or something on the account. So I still have like $6,000 left. But let me see what I have left. But yeah, I just tried to take my swing with SFIX and I got barely stopped out of it. But I mean, it's like I said, it's a competition demo account. We only have 2 days left. I kind of have to take my swing with it. Let me see what I'm at in equity. Down roughly 7. Alright, so I got 5K left. So a little bit less than half. But hey, I took my swings. It is what it is. Like I said, in my live account and my real account, I'm up a few hundred by now. Just the competition, it's a little bit different format than a regular account, so that hasn't been going too hot. Alright, so let's go ahead and look up some news here. We'll go ahead and look up some news. First, I'll look up the overall market news, and then I want to look at LJPC here to see what's going on with it. Alright, so per investors.com, the Dow Jones futures rose modestly Friday morning, along with S&P 500 futures and NASDAQ futures ahead of the May jobs report. The stock market rally attempted extended gains Thursday on beyond what the White House was mulling a delay in U.S. tariffs versus Mexican goods. Dow futures rose 0.4% versus fair value. S&P 500 futures climbed 0.4%. NASDAQ 100 futures were up 0.4%. And so markets, from what I'm seeing, the markets roughly break even. I mean, we got a few good ones like BYND. We have Zoom, LJPC. You know, Zoom is up as well. And so we have some options here. We'll see. You know, we'll see what we get today. We can also look at these news. So first one I'm going to look at is LJPC. I think LJPC is probably the biggest mover in the market right now. Alright, so LJPC here. We've got to have something in the market. I don't see anything right now. Okay, so we have a study interim analysis for LJPC. So the company said earlier yesterday that it had positive results from a pre-specified interim analysis of its phase 2 study of the LJPC 401, which is a synthetic human hepcidin in patients with hereditary hemochromatosis. Hereditary hemochromatosis is a disease characterized by genetic mutation that causes excessive iron absorption and accumulation. End quote. And that is per Dow Jones Newswires. So positive data, positive analysis for LJPC is what is causing this big run. We'll see what we really get with it. I don't know if it's tradable for me, but it's a nice move here. Okay, so LJPC is tradable for me. It is tradable for me. And so I'm definitely going to be trading this one today. I'm going to take my swing with this one most likely. If we can get a good setup. We got to be careful. It's kind of a parabolic move here. it's up over 100% from its lows yesterday, and so it's been kind of making crazy runs the last day or so, and I'll definitely keep an eye on LJPC. And again, it is tradable for me, so that's interesting to keep an eye on. We also have ZM here, ZM, which is Zoom. It sounds like this was positive Q1 results. They beat the street expectations and also saw a fiscal year 2020 profit and better than expected revenue for Zoom. So positive results for Zoom, and it's gapping up to show it. It's gapping up roughly at $11 or so right now. So we'll see what happens with Zoom. We also have BYND. I believe somebody said this is earnings for BYND. All right, so they saw fiscal year 2019 net sales at 210 million versus 207 million estimate, so about 3 million better than the estimate. Adjusted EBITDA approximately break even, so good results for BYND as well, and a huge gap up here. I mean, this gap up is just ridiculously huge. I know Tech in our chat room said he took 2 shares of this one, and he probably made like 50, 60 bucks with 2 shares of this stock. So it's probably roughly around 25% of what he invested in it. So not bad. Let's see what else we get. Like I said, the market overall is up. So it's green, but let's see if it can move back up there and test those highs. We'll see. AMD rebounded a little bit. It's technically green, but honestly, AMD's roughly break even right now. We also have Zoomies, skateboard company, ZUMZ, which is gapping up some from 1867 to 2095. The thing about Zoomies here is that it has a huge range. The range on Zoomies is ridiculously huge. Just in pre-market, I mean, it's gapped up like $6, and it's only a $20 stock, $21 stock. So really big range here for Zoomies. We can look up that news as well. It sounds like positive Q1 results is what Zoomies was. And like I said, let me know if you see anything. So yeah, I'm going to be watching LJPC for sure. But yeah, guys, at this point, like I said, I'm kind of ready to just go back to my live account. In my live account, like I said, I've had like 12 green days in a row. I've actually brought it into the green. And so the competition's been fun. It's taught me a lot about my trading, especially like super active trading. But I am kind of ready to go back to my normal trading. We also have another gapper here is CRSP. Gapping up to 42 from 37, so roughly looks like a 475 gap up. Okay, so big push on the SPY. Look at the SPY here. Big volume spike. SPY is up to 286.04, so a big move on the SPY. Big spike up. Broke the highs of pre-market. And so, really, if you look at the daily chart, the SPY's not looking that bad anymore. I mean, it's right around the resistance here at around 289, and so I think that's an interesting level. But the last 3 days have been pretty strong on the SPY, and today's no exception. Big move up here, so we'll see if it can actually hold these gains for the SPY now, but the market just got a big pump. And that includes AMD got a spike up, NVIDIA spiked up. I'm sure some of these other mid and high cap stocks got some little run ups here. But yeah, big move overall on the SPY. I don't know what I'm gonna watch it for. I mean, I could see it dropping down, but since it's kind of a parabolic mover at this point, I could see it spiking up as well. I could see it. I could see it do either one, really, Jake. And so it just depends, man. I could see it spike up. I could see it crash back down. You never really know with these type of moves. It's up so much already. I could be short biased on it as well, but I always have to be a little bit hesitant shorting these big parabolic moves on the first few days. Just because these are the days when they have the most momentum and the most volatility, and so we just got to be careful with it. But like I said, we'll see what we can get. What's up, Relentless, Jake, William, Shreep, Laro, Addedly, AZ, Jeff, Brady, Jeremiah, Junior, Shirley. What's up, guys? Good morning. So yeah, we'll see if the SPY can hold these gains. That's the big thing here. We'll see. Again, like some of these other mid and high cap stocks are getting pushed up here, like AMD spiking up. Let's look up the news for this and try to see why this is happening. If you know in the chat why this is going on, let me know. All right, so it's the quote that I'm getting from Bloomberg is that the S&P 500 futures spike sharply amid headline that the U.S. gives some China products more time to avoid the tariff hike, is what we're seeing. So they're giving some products more time to avoid the tariff spike. Okay, so that's good market news, and so we'll see what happens here. But that's what's going on with this one. That's why we're getting this spike in the market overall. Yeah, we got a Discord. Christopher, if you want the Discord link, I got you, man. Yeah, we got Discord. Here you go. Yeah, if anybody wants to join our public Discord channel, we kind of try to we try to create a free day trading chat room. This is kind of what we do. We only have one server on our Discord, but if you want to join our Discord, be a part of our free day trading chat room, go check out that link. Yeah, at this point, I think we have roughly 400 people there. I'm not sure exactly how many people we have. I know we have a bunch. We have, let me see, in our server. Yeah, we have 415 people. So it's growing for sure. But yeah, there's the link if you want to check it out. Shreep, so if you want to check news, Shreep on Thinkorswim, you just go to the side here and you go to you go right here. You go to live news. You can change it like this. Like one cool thing about Thinkorswim is that you can do so much different stuff. Like you can literally play games. I can play Tetris on Thinkorswim. I can play Minesweeper. I can play there's a quick quote. You can play Tetris. They have time and sales. They have Trader TV, which is like CNBC, SNBC. There's live audio. You can also get Benzinga Squawk for free on Thinkorswim. But yeah, what you do is you just go up here and you go to Switch Gadget. You go to Switch. You click this button right here and it'll say Switch Gadget, and you just go to Switch Gadget, and it'll have all these options. What I'm using is just live news right here, and so you see live news. That's all I'm using.
Yo, morning.
Yo, what's up, Mitch? You there, bro?
Yeah, man.
What's up,
Good
man?
morning.
We got Mitch here, guys.
Good morning, traders. What's going on? Let's do this.
Hey, man, hold it down. I'm gonna go grab my coffee, brother.
Let's do it. AMD. Probably about the only strong semis. But look, if we
Nah,
look
man.
today, we see
Look
a
at
nice bounce back,
Yeah, look at Nvidia, man. What happened is we have the U.S.
especially AMAT,
Oh,
MU.
sorry, I had myself muted. No, what's going on right now is that um, the U.S. is giving certain products more time to avoid the tariff spike. Is what's going on, and that's the news that just came out like 5 or 10 minutes ago. So if you look at the SPY, we got a big spike. Microchip sector got a big spike, and so we got a few kind of surges there with that news. But I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my coffee.
Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, the market's really uncertain. When there's uncertain, there's volatility. We have to figure out which way the direction is going through technicals to go ahead and take a trade. So really, um, what this means for us is more opportunity, guys. We got to be ready to take opportunity. I watched a great movie last night, Free Solo, and one of the main things I got from the movie is, well, a lot of it is you got to realize that trading, if you really work hard at it and understand all the technical aspects of trading, you realize that it actually has low risk but high consequence. This is actually something I'm going to open a video on, a topic I think that traders should talk about more often is really understanding that trading isn't really about high risk. It's about low risk, but understanding that there's high consequence in each trade. And that's
Yeah,
really
man.
the way you guys got to start looking at it.
Yeah, man. Today should be fun. I got like six
Have you,
grand left.
have you checked out that Free Solo?
Huh?
Have you
Huh?
ever checked out that movie, Free Solo?
Free solo.
Yeah, man, check it out. It's a documentary on uh, a guy that climbed an amazing wall, um,
Hmm.
and he did it solo, no ropes.
Oh yeah, I saw the trailer for that. I've never actually seen the documentary. The last thing I've been watching really, I've been watching that Showtime 4-part series called Action. I
You
know
gotta
you've seen
check
it.
out this was like a lot of the way I see life. A lot of people look for happiness in trading. I think the reason that I have lasted so long in trading and will continue to last in trading is because I'm a performance based man. And at the end of the day, that's what I look for. I, I base myself a lot on how am I executing and performing in life versus as an endless search for happiness. And some people might say that at the end of the day, the search for performance is my own little kind of search, and I won't find it. But that's just the way I kind of look at trading, and I think it's a really good trait within. Um, I'm always trying to improve, always trying to better the process, and I think trading just really teaches you that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the way I kind of view it is like sometimes you're supposed to be unhappy, and that's what's going to ultimately motivate you to change. You know, like people always want to be happy, but sometimes in life you're just not supposed to be happy. Sometimes you're supposed to be bummed out. You know, and that's what's going to motivate you to do things differently. You know what I mean?
Agree, 100%. And this doesn't only apply to trading. You know, that's when you start seeing the kind of real mix of trading inside your life and outside of it. You know, we come here every morning, but if you really start realizing, this creates kind of a sense of that that cycle. You create a trading cycle. You come every day, you set up, you do your process, and if you really work at it, this is kind of how the way you should take, your life. You come at it every single day with a routine to get yourself focused mentally, get yourself in the game, and then you attack at whatever goal it is you have in that day.
Yep, for sure.
So that's why, today a little more philosophical, but really just thinking about trading in a deeper sense. And like I said, come to the realization that trading, it really is low risk, but high consequence. Just like scaling a wall would be, in that you get to a point where there's no going back. And the decisions you have to make, you have to live with and stick to a system, abide by it. And if you do stick to a system, you will reach the safety of the top of the wall and the consequences won't come to you. But if you don't stick to your rules, you don't stick to your trading rules, you don't stick to your risk, you don't stick to your system, then you're going to see you're going to fall off the wall many times in trading.
So the spy has given all of this game back already. Wow. So apparently the news wasn't good enough to hold it up there, man. Um,
Telling
wow.
you, it's not about, okay. What we want to talk about it is that, remember, the market had the tendency of overreacting. It always does this. Why does it overreact? Because it wants people to jump in a certain direction. So you have to start looking at it in bigger levels. Um, I think, especially when you're speaking in SPY, you have to look at it on a weekly, so you can kind of understand where it is and what's going on.
Yeah, I think the payroll numbers came out as well, and that is going to negatively affect this to begin with. And so we'll see. I mean, we're up. We're up from the lows.
Non farm payrolls came out.
Uh, I don't know. I'm just yeah.
Yep. So investors have been watching that. Um, One of the main focuses right now is oil tanking. Oil hasn't tanked like this in a long time. Gold is up, and there's been a secular change in stock into what we call defensive stocks. Defensive stocks can continue moving up even in a bearish market or a recession. So this is what is coming to play now into the SPY, and people are looking out for those important payroll numbers because those show that jobs are either creating or we're losing jobs. If we start going into a negative area with unemployment, that can just be a sign of inflation and what's to come.
What's up, James? What's up, brother? What's up, Chris? What's up, Sid?
Joe Stock, you think I sound stoned? Nah, just sleepy. Just a sleepy man. All right, let's see what else we got here. What we working on? You gonna try to trade that crazy BYND today?
I don't know, man. That one's kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna try to trade LJPC. LJPC is definitely the one I'm looking at. Big moves, up 100% from yesterday. It's actually tradable for us, and yeah, that's the one I'm looking at.
Which one was that one?
LJPC.
LJPC. So what's up with that one?
If I
I
remember
have that one
correctly,
listed.
positive results for this one.
Phase one or phase two? What were we talking about here?
I don't even think it was either one. I think it was just the company saying they had positive or they had good data come back or something. Let me see.
Crazy bounce back in this one. If you look at the yearly.
Yeah, man, that's what I just looked at the daily chart. It bound. It's right up to that resistance now too.
Yeah. I
So
mean, the next resistance, the serious one's all the way up there to 20. So definitely potential in this stock.
phase two is what this was. Phase two
Phase
interim
two,
analysis.
expected. Yeah. Phase two is usually one of the strongest. I mean, of course, phase three, if it works out, it's going to be probably the best. But uh, early investors really like to jump on phase two results because that's after you've actually gotten some test results and are going to take it to a massive scale. All right, just trying to find some important levels in here. All right.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's we'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm gonna go long or short in this one yet. It just depends. Like I said, I guess I'm naturally short biased, and I think it's gonna come back down here, sometime. But with it kind of going parabolic and up 100% from yesterday and moving really strong, a lot of volume, it's gonna be kind of a little scary to short it. Now we'll
Yeah,
see what happens. If it
I
looks
think
really
it's all
weak,
about the levels. You know, we just have to see support start breaking down in a stock like this. You don't want to get caught on the kind of short squeeze up.
yeah, I mean, it just depends how weak it looks and where it goes down to. Like, it has a big resistance level here at like 1125 or so is like a big level. Um, but the range is big, and so it's one that I can look to take my swing on my account. Got some $11 resistance. Really is probably the biggest one here. Um, so we should have some fun with it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Like I
the
said,
1150 isn't important. We can see it on the hourly. Pull up the hourly chart. It'll be clear as day.
let's see. To the hourly. See, I have the 15. There it is.
You got the daily.
Yeah, there's the hourly. I mean, it could be. It's got some at 11 or 1150 and some at 11. So I think that 1150 and
This
11
is
look
why I
good.
like hourlies. You see how simple it looks?
Yep.
Looked very simple to trade yesterday, but it really wasn't that simple. That's a big range there, but it
Yeah.
helps you understand really where the top and bottom collected.
Right. And that's what I'll probably look at those levels. If it breaks under those, and then what's the previous closing price? Let's see.
Exactly. Those would be the important levels. Top resistance and yesterday's close, which was 1024.
Yep. There
Is
we
one
go.
of the cool things I like about TEF. You can add the yesterday's close price.
Nice. I'm
Uh,
sure you can
I
do
add
it.
yesterday's close price very often on my daily chart, just so I know, hey, this is where we left off yesterday. So if we're going to continue that strength, we should stay above that. And if we're going to reverse back, we should see it drop underneath that 1024.
So they have the daily high and the low, and then they have. Hey, so I can put the daily high and low on there. That's interesting. Let me see that.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's all weird. I'll take a swim. I don't want that. Get away from here. There we go. But yeah, that's the big kind of range I'm looking at for this one. And if it continues to push up, I mean, you can look at the daily chart and see it's got some, major
Definitely an
resistance.
interesting chart.
Yeah, major resistance above. So We'll see what we get. Honestly, I'm bummed out though, man. Like, if you guys have any suggestions for monitor extenders, let me know. You know, I was gonna buy that Slide Enjoy, that triple monitor laptop setup, and it's like on the website on the Slide website, it said that they were all ready to sell and that I could order it now and like all this nonsense. And nowhere on the website did it say it was in pre-order phase. And I'm just glad that I reached out to them first, because I reached out to them and I was like, hey, how long will shipping take? Because I was about to order it and have myself a triple monitor setup for a laptop. How cool would that be? You know? And I messaged them and they tell me, oh, it's still in pre-order phase. You know, you're not going to get it until August or September. I'm like, what? Then why don't you say that on the website, man? You know, that's misleading. They probably want people to order it so then they can hit them with, oh yeah, you're not going to get this for 4 months after ordering it. Nonsense, man. Oh, SENS.
I know which ones you should get.
For monitor extenders, I'll probably end up just buying a regular external monitor and then just get a regular stand, and it'll work the same. It's not going to be as cool, but
this I'm gonna put it up in the chat. Not really trying to advertise anything here. Just
yeah, put it in the Discord. Here, no, put it in the Discord.
I'll put it in the Discord.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you want to check out the monitors I'm putting up right now, you can check out our Discord. I'm sure John will post up that link. Now you can scroll up and find it. Yeah, just put it on the chat. I think these are very, very simple powered and very efficient for traders. There's these Asus USB monitors.
Yeah, this is what I was about to get.
15.6. You know, it gives you a little stand. You can take it just about anywhere, and it connects with the USB powered. Just pretty much everything you need. And it's only about 146 right now at Best Buy.
Honestly,
overall, for something that you're going to take and have that USB 3.0 connection, I think it's pretty.
Honestly, I could probably do that with my current AOC monitor. I mean, this one's pretty new here. I'm looking at the back of this thing now. Oh, no, it's a VGA. No. I mean, it's got an HDMI option, so I could use it with HDMI, but I want one with USB. The reason I'm saying that is because I looked over at this 19-inch option. I'm trying to see if it has a USB 3 connection. No, it's VGA, DVI.
Yeah,
I'll have to get the 15-inch. It looks like 15 inch is going to be max. 15.6 inch.
They have a 19 option here, but it just goes up more in price. Let me see.
Yeah, just to show you guys what we're looking at here. This is what we're looking at. You know.
I think those would work well for you.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I like it. It's as long as it has like a reasonable stand, like I'll take it, you know. I want to buy 2, but I don't know if I'm going to buy 2, you know. I think that might be a little overboard.
Yeah, I don't think you need to. I think
just
2 screens is more than enough.
Right, I mean, just to show you guys what I was about to get. Like, what? Look at this thing. And like this will be in stores in September of this year. And so I'll probably still buy this, even though there was kind of a little bit sketchy advertising here. Yeah, they never responded back to me. But this is what... Tell me how dope this is, man. Look at this. Look at how cool that is. Look how cool that is. Like, that's what I was about to buy. It's like $400. You could buy it now and get it in August, but it's like... And it's only one connection. Only one USB 3 connection. Just ridiculously cool, you know? And, nope.
Not a bad idea.
Right, how cool is that, right? That's cool. Like, that... Honestly, because that way, I could stream anywhere. As long as I had a wired Ethernet connection, I could stream anywhere I want. I could bring my laptop. As long as I had an i7 good enough laptop, I could stream anywhere. I could go to Michigan and I could stream without having to do all this nonsense. And, right, 100%, man. Just a fun trading laptop.
All right, gonna get this pullback in LJPC. And gonna really watch to see where is it gonna hold these levels. I'm thinking it's coming back to the 1160s.
Yeah, there goes 12. It's testing that whole dollar right now. We'll see what happens there. Because like one of the biggest problems is like I've streamed like whenever I go out of town, you guys know me, I still stream, but it's a pain. You know what I mean? It's tough because I'm only on one monitor. It's definitely not as much fun because I'm only on one monitor. I can't really do the trade ideas, scanners. I can't really do anything. So I only have one chart, and so if I could get that set up, I'd be set, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Spy bounced back again, so we'll see what happens.
Hey man, you remember my coffee days?
Yeah, man. Right, coffee shop trading. Think about if you had that at the coffee shop, bro.
You might have a whole bunch of people around.
Right, for sure. That's what I was saying. You'd have an audience there, man. I was excited about it too, man. I was ready. We'll move on.
I traded at Starbucks and caught some business guys trying to stare over at my screen.
Yeah, man. When I first
trying to steal my trade.
When my YouTube channel was super young, man, I was on a plane, and I bought the internet on the plane. You know, I bought like the plane internet, right? It's like $5, and I had like my charting set up, and I was like trading on Ustock Trade using Thinkorswim for charting, like on the plane. And I bet you I looked super cool on that plane. You know, I was buying like 50 shares, you know, of like a $10 stock, but I bet I looked really cool on that plane, man. All right, but yeah, Spy's rebounding here. Spy's back up to 286. A little bit of indecisiveness really here, indecision. AMD bounce back to 32, so we'll see what we get. But yeah, LJPC definitely the main watch here. Hopefully we get some volatility today. Fridays are usually a little bit slower and not as much fun, but hey, we got 2 days left here, so I'm gonna go for it. We'll see what happens. Don't judge me if I trade super active today, because again, I have like 2 days left to make like 20 grand. Really, it's like 30 grand, and so it's highly unlikely, and I'm just gonna have fun with it. So don't judge me. What's up, Felix? What's up, Cargo?
Daily pattern on CGC.
But yeah, sorry guys. I know it's been a few days since I put out a video. It's been just drama over at my house. My wife's had pneumonia like 3 times in 6 months, and we've got workers coming out here. We've got like air tests and like a bunch of stuff here. So it's been super drama. I'm probably gonna have to go stay at my mother-in-law's on Monday when the renovators come out here, and I've been having to basically live upstairs in my house until we figure this out. So it's not been fun, but yeah, that's why I haven't had a video out in a few days. It's been kind of hectic. I should be able to do one today, though. We got some of it resolved yesterday.
All right, gonna really be watching CGC here. If you look on the weekly or daily, you're gonna see a long-term flag pattern. Had a pennant holding here at these 40s, 40.65.
Hey, appreciate the sub.
And so CGC in that long-term pattern there. Gonna keep an eye on that one, see if it's gonna break the support or it's gonna start bouncing back to a resistance line.
You mean in between like 40 and 53?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
somewhere in there, you start seeing that real collection of volume again. Each time it comes down to that level.
Yeah, man, we'll see. Should be fun. I'm like I said, I'm looking for just the most volatile stocks right now. I got to take my swing. Hopefully it works out. But like, even if I make like $6 grand today, I'm still massively behind in the competition. So you know, it'll be fun. But we'll see what we get.
You got that $6 grand. Let's go.
Right. Hey, I got $6 grand left.
Let's do it.
And
Let's
so
get you in that top 10, boy.
Right, man. Hey, let me see what top 10 is at, because that's the goal here. Like top 10, I think is
it's like 10 grand right now.
right.
You can make it there.
Yeah, I could do that. You know.
That's attainable in 2 days.
Oh, 100%. I mean, really, for me, it's like 16 grand, but even that's doable.
That's doable.
Yeah, man, it's weird. It's like nobody can get over that $26,000 mark.
Yeah, the top trader has not taken many trades. I can just tell you that right now.
Yeah, he only has 61 tickets. Everybody else has like hundreds.
Kind of pulled back once
Yeah,
he got to 22,000. So he's
yeah,
only made 4,000 since that day.
yep.
He made one day $22,000, and from there on has only made 4 grand.
Because realistically, all he has to do is sit on it. Like he's guaranteed to place in this competition.
He
That's all
knows
he's
it.
got to do. Right. He's guaranteed to place, and so all he's got to do is just hang out.
I can't blame the guy.
Right. Yeah, I
He's
mean,
taking
Mr. Mix Records, just to give you a little breakdown of kind of what we've been doing, we're in the middle of a competition, and it's a demo account with 240K, and the goal is just to make as much as possible as fast as possible. And so, if it's your first time joining us, don't judge me for how I trade in the next 2 days, because again, I've got like 2 days to make like 15 grand, and so I'm gonna be a little crazy, taking ridiculously huge size, probably have some big swings, but it'll be fun, and so you can watch if you want. Enron, just go for it. Enron. What about Apple? You know, I was thinking about Apple. I was thinking buy Apple is what I was thinking about. Buy Apple right now. You know, that's a little inside joke for the OGs in here. All right, guys. Let's get this ready.
All right, guys, we got a daily flag on Soli. We're going to see if this is going to come back into play here, or if it's going to come down and break down under 15. 15 is going to be a really important level for that stock. We're going to keep an eye on that today.
Yeah, we also have LJPC that's right down to that big support and resistance level, right at around 1150. It's at 1160 now, so that's an interesting point for LJPC. And hey, I mean, if we get a breakdown here, like I'll short this thing. I don't mind shorting it. You know, I can take pretty small size and take advantage of the big range. But I think my first trade, maybe not on LJPC, but my first trade needs to be like big sizing, because I'm the most accurate typically in that first trade. And I think that stems from me. Only not really being a super active day trader. Like most of the time on my live account, I only traded like once or twice, and so it makes sense why my first few trades are the most accurate. And as time goes on, my accuracy drops. And so again, with that logic, I know Mitch was telling me the same thing this morning. I got to take my swing that first trade, because that's when I'm the most accurate, and that's when I have the best shot at actually at least building up a decent cushion for the day.
So, like we called out pre-market, look at LJPC, hold that 1150 area, and then hold the tighter support, which was really that 1165. That's just as pure as it gets, really.
Yep.
It come right back down to that level, hold it, then hold the level that's more on the 1 minute support, which is that 1165.
Yep.
I could see that as soon as it started pulling back to the 12 level. A lot of volume in there at that 1150 area. We got about 10,000 shares between 1250 and 1245. So someone scooped up some shares.
Yeah, man. LJPCs, that's my baby today, man. That's my baby today. I'm gonna be watching that one for sure. You know, that's my ticket to the top 10. You know,
Oh.
It'll be fun regardless. It's either my ticket to the top 10 or it's my ticket out of the competition. You know, we'll see.
That's the way it goes.
Hey, man, it's been a fun time though. It really has. I'm ready. Honestly, I'm ready to get back to my live account. I'm ready to just go back to normal trading, to where I don't have to trade crazy. You know. But it's been a fun
Alright,
time.
very quick.
It's taught me a lot about my trading in general. Appreciate the sub, David. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, hit that subscribe button, guys, if it's your first time here. That's right, man. It's win or go home today for me. Or really, it's make a lot of money or go home. I don't even if I make like 10 grand, I still got a shot for Monday, but we'll see. And honestly, I've been thinking of maybe putting in a swing trade overnight, over the weekend, and seeing how that works. Yeah, for sure, Sid. I like that as well. Down to 10. You can see that range right there, for sure. All right, guys. We got about a minute and a half left. Minute and a half. Let's do this. Fridays are typically a little bit slower, but should be a fun time for this competition at the very least. What? Really, man? If I hold overnight, I'm disqualified? Really? I didn't know that. All right, guys. We got 1 minute left till the bell. 1 minute. Let's do this. Let's get ready. It's time. Thanks, brother. I didn't know that, man. Okay. Hey, appreciate the heads up at least. So, yeah, no swing trades. All right, we got 30 seconds, guys. Let's do this. Like I said, go check out our public Discord if you're just now joining us. I'll post that link one more time. Join our public Discord free day trading chat room that we have here. It's a great way to reach out to us before or after the stream ends. There's the link. Here we go. Let's do this. Like I said, this is last 2 days of competition. All right, guys. So we got LJPC right at that 1150 level that we talked about. I think that's the big level. We got AMD that's dropping some here. AMD dropping some. Let's look at the overall SPY here, and the SPY is down a little bit, down slightly here. SPY is down slightly. We got a LJPC trying to break under that range at 1150 here, so we'll see what we get. AMD rebounding a little bit here. Let's put out the go ahead and we'll look at the moving average crossover here. We might get one here. If we get one on the downside, that's a short one. And I think that is what we got here for AMD. The only problem that I don't like with this one is that the previous day's close is right there at 1184. And so we got the moving average cross. Now it's looking much weaker. Yeah, maybe I should have taken it. The moving average crossover would have worked on AMD, but it's too late. I'm going to move on. Alright, LJPC breaking under that big support level here. It's down to 11, which is another major level. GLUU running up. AMD looking super weak here. We'll see if we get a pullback to the VWAP. If the VWAP can drop enough, and I'll try to short AMD. Alright, let's see.
All right, there. Sorry about that, guys. Had to get a call right before the bell.
That's no fun.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Yeah, man.
It's life.
Yep. All right, guys, we're down to 3170s here, 3170s. I mean, if we can get a little pop up here on AMD, really what we want to see is we want to see the VWAP drop down to like 85. No, I'm using TEFs in TradeNet, Christopher. It's TEFs in TradeNet. So, Yeah, I'll post the link for it in a little bit if you want to check them out. But SPY rebounding, breaking highs here. LJPC is still pretty choppy, really. Um,
Let's give it some time. It's pulling back to support levels. Just
yeah, here
trying
you
to
go,
collect
Chris.
up some bag buyers.
Yeah, I'll explain it in a little while, Chris. But here's the link if you want to check them out. We also, I mean, I'm looking at AMD here, and the only problem I have with it is that the SPY's breaking highs. And since the SPY's breaking highs, I'm not really trying to short this one while the SPY's breaking highs because it's been following the overall market to a certain extent here. But it does look like a pretty good fade, I will say. Let's just go for it here. Let's see if we get a little bit better entry. I had that 3,000 share, 4,000 share position ready on AMD. There it goes. Unfortunate.
And waiting, man. Gotta take it.
Well, it never got high enough. The VWAP's at 86. It got up to 83. Unfortunate, but
just let it go.
Cannabis stocks all spiking up. Roku spiking up.
Slowly spiking up. And taking out.
SPY pulling back some. SPY's starting to look weak here. And I mean, if I want to short LJPC, it's got to set up for one of my strategies. So I'd really like to see a little bit more weak action at the open here. I want to see a little bit more weak action here, and then maybe get that shot. But SPY rebounding here. Yeah, there goes AMD. So I mean, it would have followed through some, but look at this quick rebound for AMD. Quick spike back up to 93s, 94. So maybe it was a good thing. I didn't take it. Roku squeezing up too with the red to green move. Yeah, there goes AMD. Nice little red to green move. Market breaking highs here.
Was thinking maybe Miwa bounce on CGC, but that was too quick. Way too quick. Yeah, that exploded. Cannabis stocks hot.
Yeah, I see CGC spiking up. I also see AMD. I almost took it long, but
I'll look for a pullback to the 85s or 90s for Cron. But yeah, all of them. APHA, HCB, Cron, CDC. Those are the main ones I watch.
Cron looking really strong.
Look at Soli. I called that one out, man. That thing's already up almost $1, past $1 from the open. Yeah. Thing just spiked. I had that feeling it was at least going to get us a quick spike.
Maybe look for some VWAP bounces in some of these now. We are getting a little bit of a bounce back in LJPC here. I just got to be careful it doesn't kind of go parabolic here, but we are getting a little bit of a move back. I could short into that push, but
Let's find a good stock to nail here.
I'm looking at Kron for a VWAP bounce if we get that set up. SPY overall looking kind of strong here.
Man, that's some strength.
Yeah, man. Roku, Soli, SPY, Kron, everything moving up here. Everything, we're getting a lot of movement up. AMD, I might jump in with a few thousand shares right here for a little VWAP bounce play. Yeah, should have taken that long. I'm going to go ahead and buy 3,000 shares for AMD here. And use a pretty tight risk under this low at around 94. So, like, we'll see. Small position, all things considered. And I'm out of there. I just pulled back too much. So, quick $450 loss. But it is what it is. Like I said, I just got to take my swing today, guys. We might get a rebound there, but it dropped down too much for me. Hit my risk. Quickly kind of, like I said, Fridays are a little bit tougher. Yeah, glad I got out. Definitely glad I got out with that drop. No, I haven't shorted it yet. I was thinking about shorting it. I'm just waiting here, guys. Like I said, AMD and the SPY have been AMD has been super choppy today, so just not really great for me. I think CGC looks a little bit better, but again, I'm kind of waiting for that LJPC trade. To be honest, that's the kind of one that I'm looking for. If it can really break highs here and start to squeeze up over like 1170, I'll consider it. Same thing with AMAT. Like if AMAT pulls back to 40, I consider that as well. And with some of these VWAP bounces, I'll consider those too. But LJPC breaking lows here. Like I said, I might have to start consider shorting this one at the low of the day spike. But it's just not. I don't like shorting these right at the low of the day. I want to bounce back first. So we'll see what we get. Like I said, Friday's probably, Friday's typically lower volume.
LK ripping out.
I haven't looked at LK in a few days. That was a recent IPO.
It's starting to rip.
See, we're just not getting any pullbacks, really. I mean, AMD was the only pullback, and that one faked me out. AMAT, I mean, I don't mind AMAT there. Glue, GLUU, maybe a little VWAP bounce, but a little bit lower, worse volume for sure. Man, Roku has just been climbing, though. Look at Kron break highs here, too. CGC, too. I almost took CGC, but almost doesn't count. All right, there's AMAT here.
All right, waiting for a pullback to go long here on MU.
shares do I want with AMAT? It's a $40 stock. That's the problem. Where's my risk? My risk can be at about 50. Oh, man. Just a little bit too slow with this one. Man, there it goes. 10% drop already. Ah, that hurts. Oh, well.
All right, guys. I have a starter here. And you.
You short or long?
I'm long.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say the SPY's ripping up, so.
Yeah, I've been seeing the collection. It ripped past the short pattern. So I bought it on the pullback. Just got to get through this pullback and let it get another minute and get above 33.50s.
Ah, look at AMAT, man. Just barely missed it. I was getting it ready. You guys probably saw me getting it ready, but man, that thing just dropped 15, 20 cents already. Unfortunate.
We still might see a little rebound. Let's see this next candle.
All right, here's that move on LJPC. Ah, beautiful fade on AMAT, man. That was the one. All right, so LJPC is starting to squeeze up here. I just don't know if I want to short a parabolic mover on day 1 or 2, though. It looks like it's squeezing up pretty hard here. If it starts to break highs, I'll jump in long. There's 40s. Yeah, I mean, LJPC is ripping here. We'll see. If it rejects, it rejects, but I think it's a little bit too risky to try to short that one. I'm missing all my fades today. We'll get a little starter trade on Cron, CRON. Look for a VWAP bounce here for it. Wait for LJPC to do something here. I could have taken that fade for it, but... Or for CGC. Never mind with CGC. Probably a better... Good thing. I like Cron here, though.
Might have to get out right here. Everything coming back down. There you go, a little buy there. 100,000 shares going through at 33.36 on MU. I'll definitely put some pressure on the stock.
LJPC, I may actually start considering to short this one. Crazy range. $38s. $40s. Wait. Let me get out of this. I want to focus on LJPC here. That's a little baby trade. I can mess with it. Hold on, let's see.
Taking that fade.
Yeah, I'm taking it. 3,000 shares of LJPC. Got to give myself a pretty tight risk.
I'm out. MU crashing there.
Got to be careful here. Getting a squeeze up.
Okay.
Don't want to get caught in a halt here for LJPC, so I'm giving it time, but it's way too close for comfort for me right now in this one. I mean, honestly, okay, so that's a little bit better. We're getting a wash. This is going to be kind of my go for it. We'll see if it fades back down. That would be lovely if it does, but again, this one's got a lot of hype, a lot of momentum behind it, and so we'll see. All right, I'm in with another 3,000 shares, so this is my swing. This will determine my competition. 6,000 shares total. And it looks like it's about to squeeze up.
All right, guys.
Brutal squeeze up. It looks like I'm getting here. It looks like I'm about to lose the competition, guys.
It happens.
Yeah. I'm going to let it test the high, and then I'm going to jump out, and I'll still have about 1,000 left. I mean, it was my swing. There we go. It's back down to 50s. All right, I'm out. It broke the highs. I'm still technically in the competition, but man, I'm about $500 left. But yeah, that was the squeeze I didn't want. I took a shot with the fade, and like I said, that was my swing for the competition. It is what it is, you know. I took my shot. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I maybe should have waited for this move and then just got in on the long side, and maybe I will do that here. Let me get in with 1,000 shares on LJPC on the long side. Maybe that'll redeem myself here, but I don't have that much. I don't have that much room left, and so we'll see. Hopefully, it goes parabolic, and I get stuck in a couple halted stocks on the way up. But it's not looking great. I am about $400 away from the max loss on the day. And hey, maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get halted, but it looks like the competition's done for me. It was a fun run. I lasted longer than most people, I think, but...
Lasted longer than me.
Yeah.
I have a starter here on a position. It's a little bit risky here, but
looks like I'm about to lose.
Shares of CMG 70.0191.
What did I learn from the competition? Probably more so than anything is that I do really well being selective and disciplined, and when I'm not, and when I, because here's the thing, like the competition, you're essentially forced. Yeah, look at that fake out, man. So like maybe my strategy would have worked here, um,
Yeah.
because look at this, but it's impossible to tell.
Yeah, a little stop out.
Yeah, it goes up to the highs and then it comes back down to the lows. Yeah, I shorted. I tried to get in with the fade, and look, now it's yeah, I'm basically done with the competition though. Here, let me and I'm done. It should kick me out. I wonder if it'll let me. It hasn't kicked me out yet. I'm sure it will. Yeah, there it goes. All right, I'm out, guys. Competition is done. Yeah, man. It happens. And listen, the competition was fun. Now I can go back to my live account, which I'm doing really well in. And again, I'm not usually like this is basically forcing me to be much more active than I typically am. It's just forcing me to be much more active than I typically am, and I'm kind of relieved to a certain extent. It was a fun little run, and I'm happy I got to do it. But I'm ready to go back to just normal trading. The biggest thing is like I don't want to do the competition long enough to like reinforce bad habits, right? And the bad habits from the competition are mostly just trading too much. Trading with huge sizing, trading too much. Averaging down. Those are the basically most of the mistakes that I did in the competition, which I think is okay for the competition. When you're in crunch time and you have to make like 30 grand in 2 days in order to have a shot at winning, you're not gonna trade the best. You're gonna have to make a bunch of unnecessary crazy risks, and that's fine. But I'm just ready to go back to real world trading to Monday, and I'm glad it's gonna be on a Monday too and not a Friday, because Monday will it'll be more fun. Yeah, look at that fake out though, brutal. Yeah, I'll throw you up now, Mitch.
Yeah, this is a little intense. Never traded a stock like this.
All right. You're trading Chipotle, huh?
Yeah.
We got Mitch in here. Yeah, it was fun though. I mean, it was fun. Listen, I've always wanted to.
Taking 50 shares off there, guys. I'm gonna take $100 off this trade since I risked $100 on this trade. And I still got $100 unrealized, and I can let this trade just keep going and working in my direction. Look at this. This is interesting. Got in right up here.
Yeah, at least Mitch is killing it today though. But yeah, honestly, you guys don't even understand how relieved I am to kind of go back to normal trading. The competition was fun. It was really fun to trade without fear. It was really fun to trade without fear. But like I said, I don't want that fearless trading to reflect itself on my live account. Which I don't think it will. I'm usually pretty scared, wimpy trader with small size, and so I think I'll be all right.
Man, do you see this position here? 10,000 shares. Someone ham.
Monster of a $700 stock too, man. Crazy.
Someone went ham. All right, I've at least taken $100 on this trade. Trying to see it bounce back to be what I could add in that area. Knock it right back down. Now MU looking stronger and stronger. I got faked out on that last move, but all right. Don't want this above 72s, guys. 72s is where we really wouldn't want to see above. There's 72 showing up on the ass. Got to get ready to get out here if I see 72s filling.
Which article, Olek? Which one, brother? I wrote a bunch of articles, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm kind of a writer. I don't really like writing, but only on stuff I'm interested in. I'll write. Yeah, I think taking profits was the right move there too. You kind of protected yourself.
John's like Charles Dickens.
Yeah, man. That's right. That's right. You know. That's right, man. You know. I'm the Tolkien of the trading world. You know what I mean?
Yes. Woo. Not gonna lie, this got my heart pumping over here.
Yeah, man. I'm nervous for you, bro. yeah. I wrote that article on CFD shorting. You mean the shorting?
I think on another stock, I would hit the ad here, but yeah, as you see, it's just too much, guys. All right, got to limit out here.
You mean shorting IPOs with CFDs? Is what you mean? Hey, thanks, brother.
Did you see that?
Yep. Barely.
I was able to get out there, guys, with little to no damage. I lost like $10. I still was able to keep that $100 from the beginning of the trade. I think this can even go down, but I really am not nowhere near a pro trading a range this big. So I'm just going to go ahead and step out. Sometimes you got to know there's high consequence. This one, I took a low risk. I knew there's high consequence if it comes against me.
Yeah, I've written a bunch of articles, guys. Here's one on shorting IPOs. I can link it here. I got another one on... There's one I wrote on shorting IPOs. We got another one. Really, my favorite articles that I wrote, the ones that were the most fun to write were like about new traders when they first get started, like finding consistency, how to survive your first few months trading. Those were fun. I might get in my live account and boot that thing up, dude. It's been a while. I gotta look up my old username for my live account. So here, give me a second, Mitch. Let me do this. Or here, I could. Yeah. Hold on.
You're good.
Okay.
I'm just looking for another trade.
Yeah, these are like my favorite ones though. How to survive your first few months trading. Yeah, if you go to that website, you could just look for John or Beginner Trading John. That's me. Those are all the articles I wrote. Here's another one. It's ironic though. To be real, I don't actually like writing at all. You know, I specifically like being forced to write. Like I don't mind writing these articles because I can write them on my time. But being forced to write and having like a deadline to write an article, I hate. I just hate it. It's one of my most hated things. But aside from that, it's just ironic. But here, let me look up my live account. I forgot what my live account was, man.
I'm not seeing anything I want to get into. Let's see the top list. Hey, look. Look what I just pulled up. Zoom is moving.
Yeah, man, I was watching that one before.
It's ridiculous how much it gapped up.
Man, what is my great? That's what it is. Here we go. I'm back. Let me exit out of this and then log back into that. Where's my test? Yeah, coding's fun too, man. I've been having a lot of fun coding as well. Again, my job isn't actually like software programming, so I can just kind of make what I want. All right, so yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm up about 120 bucks in this account. We'll see though. I'm gonna try to be selective with it though. I like JavaScript better. I know Python and JavaScript. I know Python, JavaScript, HTML, Bootstrap, CSS Grid. Um, yeah, a bunch of other uh, libraries. And recently, I've been learning React. Is what I've been learning. I know most of React. I'm still kind of finishing up learning React. Yeah. Yeah, guys, but yeah, if you want to use the same broker that Mitch and I use, I'll go ahead and post that link here as well. There's some huge benefits to it. Mostly, you can trade with decent size for pretty cheap. You know, even though the sale is over, you can still get the intro account for $3.99 through this link. I just posted the link there, and it comes with a lot of cool stuff. You basically get 14,000 in buying power with the. You get 14K in buying power with the intro account. There's no PDT rules, so you can day trade as much as you want. And if you use small sizing, if you use less than like 300 shares, your commissions are like $4 total for a round trip. So just ridiculously cheap. It's similar to a prop firm, so it's like there's going to be profit splits. I think the intro account profit split is 70-30. So you keep 70% of your profits, they keep 30%, and it's only taken out of profits. But again, I don't think anywhere else in the trading world can you find that good of a deal where you can get that much buying power with no PDT rule and actually have that big of a max loss. Like your max loss is 700, so you're paying 399. Your max loss is 700, so you're almost getting twice as much to lose. And so it's a huge deal. Makes a ton of sense for new traders, and it's just a much cheaper option. I think most new traders deposit $3,000 into SureTrader or conventional broker, and they end up losing all of that, so they're down thousands. Where it's like if you buy the intro account, you can trade with a decent sized account with no PDT rule for $3.99, and so it's just ridiculously cheap, and it makes a ton of sense for new traders. And so there's the link if you want to check that out. Great way to help support our channel as well.
All right, guys, watching ARRY here. Man, but what a crazy ride that was in CMG. I mean, it was putting up what we were putting up close to $70,000 in buying power there in that one trade. Um, and that's just perfectly to show you guys that, hey, the only way I was able to do this is because trading with Tefts and getting that $70,000 in buying power, 80,000.
Yeah, man.
But
That would never happen for me on Sure Trader. It's just too much.
yeah, that was. I don't think I even realized how much really was up there. Um, but hey, that's the one of the benefits of trading with TradeNet and Tefts. It gives you a huge amount of buying power to go ahead and take trades and get into sizing that you never really would. Um,
Right.
you know, for us to put up really $70,000 in cash, it would be pretty difficult to do.
It's
So the
scary.
margin that they give you is incredible.
Right. And that's one of the
Even on a
biggest
small
benefits.
account, $14,000.
Right. That's enough to buy anything that most new traders want, you know? Yeah, I mean, and that's, I just try to be honest with those articles, and, but yeah, I'm glad so many people are reading them. That's cool. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can use your profits to upgrade your plan. Easy.
Kind of thinking about a VWAP bounce. The ironic thing is that if I would have taken that big size on Kron, it would have worked out fine. Really beautiful VWAP bounce there. Kind of looking at one again here, but I'll probably just wait. It's Friday. It's past 10 o'clock market time. And it's just not really when I typically trade. And so, yeah.
Usually the best moves of the day are already done.
Yeah, man.
Looking at this ARRY, but it's a little too close to the risk here. Does look like it can pull back on the daily chart, but I've seen this one flip around. It's hanging out for right now. Cannabis stocks moving.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, LJPC is putting in a pretty solid range right there. I mean, even though I should probably just ignore LJPC, I took my swing on it and I failed. But but the range is actually pretty nice here. So you could wait for it to effectively break this range. And again, I mean, if you look at the range we drew this morning, it's kind of right there. I mean, it's kind of the same range that we drew this morning. And it's kind of staying in that range, right here in between 1150, 1160, and 11. Pretty tight range for the overall movement of this stock. And so waiting for it to break that range does make some sense here, I think.
Looking at Kron here for a long, but just not seeing a real viable trade there. It's 10-cent risk, 10-cent reward. Each way I'm seeing it, I don't see the fullback. here. It's going to give me an ability to get in. Take a look at LJPC. It's coming right back to VWAP here. Keeps playing these games. All right. Let's look at this on a longer time frame. Judge it a little better. Okay. That's my entry there. I was about to take LJ.
LJPC.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at a longer short.
Short.
Yeah, I mean it's in that range and it's built up some resistance. It's above it. But just be careful with it, man. Oh, 500.
Above 60s, I'll get out.
Okay. Yeah, you just got this one. The range on this one's huge.
I'm not worried about it. I'm telling you, I don't know if it was that movie, but risk-wise, I'm fine. Low risk, high consequence. That's all this is.
Yep. Oh, here, let me throw you up. Sorry. I forget.
Good. 59s, 60s, boom, out in the 60s. That's fine. Risk 131 there. If it comes back down to 11, we all know what that kind of gain is.
Yeah, I think the more interesting way to watch this one is if it starts to break highs, because like this is a parabolic mover, so it could run.
Yeah,
and I think
100%.
and I definitely understand your trade though for sure. Like
Yeah,
I see that
touch.
range.
Third touch, I took the trade. Dude, you see the squeeze. The reason the squeeze comes out is the psychology of the trade. It's on the breakdown or breakout.
Right. Well, it's like people like you that the same type of people that took your trade, they're jumping out. That's making it squeeze up more, and so
Uh-huh.
you weren't the only one that did it for sure. And the reason why is because it makes sense. Like it's in that range, you know. And this thing's just fake out city right now. Look at that.
Yeah,
Same
no,
thing it did to me.
It just did the pullback of trying to squeeze everyone out.
Yeah, same thing it did to me. You know. Which is why, like on my live account, you'll see me avoid these like the plague, man. Remember the plague? Whatever happened to the plague?
The plague.
Yeah, man. Plague is dead.
Uh,
Yeah, that thing is. Yeah, that thing's dead. NEPT? I remember NEPT too. NEPT was an old school one. It used to be tradable for us, but yeah, NEPT is right around the highs. Well, since it's Friday, guys, you ain't got no job.
It's too nice outside.
Nobody understood my Friday reference. Nobody understood my Friday
You
reference.
ain't got no job.
Nobody understood it, man. Now I feel old. You know, I just feel old. Yeah. So what's up? Hey, computer people. What? I need an i7 16 gig computer, laptop specifically, preferably less than like $1,300. What do you guys think? I'm thinking the Lenovo Legion Y530 or 740, maybe the 7000.
Yeah, Lenovo is probably the best quality.
For that price, for sure, right?
Cheap. It'd probably be some Dell.
I ain't getting a Dell. My desktop's a Dell, and I like my desktop. My desktop was like $900, and it's an i7. I think this is actually a 12 gig. I don't know if it's 16 or 12, but yeah, MSIs are too expensive, man. They're just too expensive, bro. Especially if I want an i7 16 gig MSI, that thing's gonna be at least $2,000.
I could give you these people that build laptops, but it'll take too long.
$5,000 for a desktop. Sheesh, man. That thing better have an ATM in it. I'm in Texas.
Let's try to find you that i7 97K.
Huh?
A new boy. I don't think they even got it.
Don't they have i9s now?
Yeah, they do.
How much do those things run? Let's look.
Insane. Dude,
Yeah, I mean,
this little cube computer.
I mean,
Take it everywhere.
let's see. On laptop, did they even have those? One, two. They do. They do have i9 laptops. So the big thing about me is like I don't actually game on my computers. You know what I mean? Like I don't actually play games on it. I mean, we can get a Intel Core i9 16 gig desktop for $2,000. But yeah, I don't actually play games on my computer though. That's the big thing. Like I don't need it for gaming. It's more so just it's more so trading.
All right. I found one that's not too bad. Only thing is you'd have to maybe add a terabyte hard drive on it, see if you can add it.
That's gonna sound like a pain though, man.
Oh, there you go. This one has.
As long as it's 16 gig, i7, it should be fine.
I found a decent one.
Laptop?
Yeah,
Send it on Discord.
I got you.
Let's take a look.
I got two options: a cheaper one and a more expensive one. One that has the a terabyte, and then one that doesn't. I'll put it in the group Discord.
So yeah, it's been kind of a hectic. You want to hear my story, guys? You want to hear my mold story about my house? This is my mold story, right? So, the last 6 months. Okay, I see it. My wife's been.
Might flip here. Let's see what's happening.
Yeah, I like the 512 gigabyte SSD for this one. Oh, I saw this one at Best Buy the other day when I was there. Biggest thing is like, do you think that graphics card will handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's reasonable.
The graphics card can handle it.
Let me look at this one now. Yeah, the GTX 1060 is a little bit better though. This one has a terabyte too, but this one only has a So this is a hybrid. It's got the conventional drive mixed with the SSD, which is kind of what the other one, which is what the Lenovo Legion that I'm getting is. It's a hybrid.
Hybrid.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad either.
Yeah. So this is the story with the mold situation, guys. So don't tell my wife this though, because she'll get mad at me. So basically, my wife has had pneumonia and like a lung infection like 3 times in the last 6 months, like 3 times in the last 6 months, right? And so naturally, we're like, okay, well, it's something in the house. Granted, I haven't been sick. Like I've had colds, but I haven't like been really sick, like run a fever in like over a year, right? So I haven't been sick at all. It's really just my wife, right? So we go get her allergy tested. and she's allergic to like everything. She's allergic to cats, dogs, mold, everything. So we get the air quality people to come out here, and they do like air quality testing to see like if we have like mold in our house or whatever it is. And my wife is convinced it's like mold, so we're like living upstairs in my house in our guest room, like trying to avoid any potential mold that we may have downstairs because they were renovating our bathroom, and maybe that's where the mold is coming from or whatever. And so we get the results back from the air quality test people yesterday. We get the air quality test results back from the people yesterday, and they say we have all these different molds in our house, right? We have like 4 or 5 different types of mold in our house, right? And so my wife and I are like, oh no, we've got all this mold in our house, right? But then I'm like, okay, look, like I'm sure every house has like a certain amount of mold just naturally in their house, right? Because they're testing the air. The doors being open are going to let certain molds in the house or whatever. So I look up all these different types of mold, and like the highest spore level that we have in our house is like 100. It's like 110. And so I look up like what dangerous levels of all these different types of mold are. And the dangerous levels are like over 500, and the average levels for the typical residential home are like 250. And so we're actually well below average for like a residential home. We're not anywhere close to being dangerous levels or anything like that. We're actually below average, so we have less mold in our house than the normal home in the US does. But even still, and also my wife has been running low grade fevers. It's like 99.3. Right? And so I researched that. There's something called drug fevers, where if you're taking new medication, which my wife has been constantly on antibiotics, you have, it can cause like small time low grade fevers. And so even though we have no mold in our house, my wife is still like pushing us to like go stay at my mother-in-law's and completely redo all of our AC ducts in our house, which is going to be like $6,000. And so like now I have to do that. But I find it absolutely ridiculous. But, yeah, don't tell her I said that. That's my mold story. We're still going to go stay at my mother-in-law's. I still got to go stay there, Monday, because the people are going to come out and change all the AC ducts. And that's my mold story. And I'm super frustrated with the entire thing. Yeah, Mitch. So that's really what's going on, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely a frustrating experience. I mean, I've actually gone through a mold experience too. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's I get
No
it.
fun on either side.
Yeah, I mean I get it, but those just to get those ducts replaced, it's gonna be like $6,000. But the people are coming out regardless, so we'll see how that goes. No fun. I'm gonna have to bring my desktop over to my mother-in-law's house.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, man.
Just roll with it.
Yeah, man. Hey, at least we have honestly, we have pretty safe levels in our house. Like we don't have anything super serious. It's actually below average. So that's the good news behind it. The bad news is my wife still wants to get everything done anyway. Whatever.
Yep. There's no saying no to that.
Right. I'm trying to put that lightly. I'm just going with it. I'm just going with it.
That's all you can do now,
right.
man.
I'm just going with that, man. I'm just accepting it. It's completely unnecessary and just unnecessary.
Hey.
Yeah.
It has to be done now.
Right. It's got to be done. I think everybody knows how I feel.
Excited for you, man.
Right. Yeah, man. Really, what I think happens is I think salesmen got her. You know them. They're not going to say, hey, you're okay. They're going to say, hey, you need to buy our service. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's how it goes.
Yep. Yeah, look at those 2 fake outs for LJPC. You got a lot of confirmation there.
Yeah.
I got faked out. You got faked out. We all got faked out, man.
and then it decided to fade.
Yeah, and it looks good too. Honestly, right here it looks great. You know.
It's fabulous. All right, guys, let's see if this cron long is going to pay out. It's the last trade of the day. Got that starter at 92s.
NEPT breaking out of LJPC. Yeah, I mean, NEPT is one I used to trade. Do you remember NEPT? Yeah, you can see how much I've documented this thing. I gotta clear this. But yeah, I used to trade NEPT. It used to move a lot. You know, like it eventually died down. This was probably a year ago or so. But LJPC is testing those highs. CGC is right back up to the VWAP too. It could be a nice little VWAP rejection play, but you also got to be careful over that whole dollar of 42.
All right, let's see if Crown can get up a little bit more and I'll sell some. CGC back to VWAP. You want to take the opposite side?
I mean, I'm not getting in that one. It's too close to like it doesn't look terrible here.
I can imagine how many traders get on our opposite side.
Yeah, and it works for him sometimes. I think I like the risk at 42.05 there for CGC. I think that looks good at like 42.05.
Yeah.
But if it breaks, like it already faded, it already rejected once, and so it's like if it breaks that previous rejection, it looks strong. Kron might be doing the same thing here.
Yeah. Might be. See, guys, I'm at a point right here where most traders, they kind of just take their green and run. There's $84 there available, but that's not what I trade for. I have a system. I got a profit and loss ratio that I need to shoot for. And if I don't shoot for that profit and loss ratio, then I just kill myself mathematically to begin with.
Oh, you're in a trade, man. I didn't know you were in a trade. Sorry, I would have put you up.
Yeah, I mean, when you were telling your story, I put it up in the chat.
Oh, my bad.
I called it out in the chat. I just didn't feel like over talking.
Yeah, just be careful for that rejection if it does. But if it breaks, like, if it breaks 16.05, it looks good.
It is what it is. Just taking the trade based on the 3 rule. We should get one more test. We're getting up here. Let's see this. This is what I'm expecting. For it to come back here. Hold up. I could rush to $100 and just take it off there, but there's really no point. You got to stick to that risk to reward. You need to at least get that $200 gain here. Only down 100 on the day.
You got some room.
Exactly. So you got to stick to your trade, because if I rush it, then it wasn't the right risk to reward to begin with. Then I scalped it. And that's not what I did. That's not the strategy I took here. So it takes patience. It's one of the hardest things to do when you're in your green, to have patience. But if you understand your levels and know where you want to take rewards and where your risk is, then it's just focus, high consequence, low risk, guys. That's literally my new motto. You guys are gonna hear it often.
Wait, what is it?
Uh,
What, what's the
Low
motto?
risk, high consequence.
Uh,
It's the way you got to look at trading. Because when we think about it, this is what we do. We take a trade, and at that moment, it's intense as ever. The moment itself is intense, and that's the consequence. That's that feeling of, man, if I made the wrong decision, oh, it's gonna hurt. And so you have to get over that. You have to not focus on the consequence itself, but understand that you're setting yourself up as much as you can to actually have low risk and not high risk in the trade. If it was high risk and high consequence, we wouldn't take it. We wouldn't even do the act. But since we have an ability to measure and actually take our trades based upon that, we can get a nice profit.
hey guys, I am new here and learning what's a good move for right now, when to get in and when to get out. That is the wrong question to ask, brother. So, listen, man, you want to learn trading first. You don't want to just take alerts. If you're a new trader, you're probably going to have a lot of people kind of in your ear about hot stock picks. You know, I've got the best picks, buy these stocks. That's not what you want to do, though. You're never going to be independent, and most of those people are. It's just like, it's the same. It's the equivalent of sports gamblers getting picks for sports. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like, you want to learn how to do it yourself, and so you're independent of anybody telling you when to get in and when to get out. And simply for liability reasons, I'm not going to tell you when to get in or when to get out. I'm not even going to tell you if I'm right or wrong. And
Yeah.
so, right, what you
It's
want to do
hard
is
for
just
me to even listen to it because like I've seen so many gurus preach on alerts that it's hard for me to even take them serious.
right. There's a lot of charlatans in the trading world for sure. A lot of fakes. And so best thing you can do is just learn to trade yourself, not rely on anybody else. And there's lots of good information out there for free.
Definitely, I have to agree with that. AMAT breaking out there. MU just faking me out today, just for a little bit. I did that down move, wicked right past my stop, and then immediately went long after that.
Well, here, brother, go check out our website, man. We've got a lot of free info on there. We got strategy reviews, broker reviews. Um, we've got breakdowns of strategies. We got a bunch of stuff. So that's right, hero. That's right, man. So yeah, just go check out our website. So yeah, go check out the beginnertrading.net link. Yeah, we just got a bunch of free content on there. We've got broker reviews. We break down long and short strategies. Today I'll probably end up building the page that has all of our classes on there as well. Um, so I'll try to work on my website today too.
That sports gambling.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I've been watching that. It's a little bit old. It's from kind of last year, but I've been watching that action show on Showtime. Have you seen that, Mitch?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a documentary about sports gambling. It was fun to
I'll
watch.
check it out.
overall slow day. You know, a lot of times when you're in trades like this that take forever, you got to take your hands off the keyboard and just know the levels. And when it gets to your important levels, you get back into what I call active mode. And then as the stock does this consolidation stuff, you just got to kind of just hands off with it. Um, no, too many times where I've seen traders, they're just super stressed. Hand on the trigger, hand on the trigger. Just just worried about everything in their everything that can go wrong instead of worrying about sticking to their system.
Yeah, we just trade here and let others watch. Victor, why didn't you trade Apple? You know, why didn't you trade LJPC, Victor? Why didn't you trade CRON right here, man? I'm just messing with you, Victor. But I mean, like I said, I think that's how should I put this? Asking why we didn't trade something, it just depends. Certain people, we have a certain style that we trade, and I believe CTRV is just not really our style. I mean, it's spiking up nicely. I don't even think it's tradable for us as well.
Netron, you be on that stress, on
Huh?
that hand on the trigger.
What?
No, Netron. But
Oh.
that, you know, I'm talking about him.
Oh.
You know, that trader, that gap and go, that gap and go cartoon where everything just goes down.
Oh yeah, man. It's called shorting MU.
Oh, shorty MU. There you go. Guys, check out that video.
Yeah, for sure. That was great.
Life goes, man.
Yeah.
I think once you trade for so long, and there you go, guys. There's the squeeze on LJPC through the 12s. But bam, squeezing hard, guys. Squeezing.
Some names on here. Some of them, most penny stocks aren't tradable in TradeNet. You know, like that's the biggest flaw of TradeNet is that most penny stocks are not tradable. You can't trade most of them. And so they just don't have them in their system. And to TradeNet's credit, they don't really teach penny stock trading. It's more mid and high cap stocks.
There she goes. What a rip.
But LJPC is tradable, and I mean that one was $6. So they do have some that have decent volume, but
You watching that one, John?
LJPC,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, man, it's up to 12.15 right now. Yeah, and you can see the link for want to use the brokers we do. TradeNet's intro package for $3.99. Like I said, that intro package comes with 14,000 in buying power, no PDT rule. You can day trade as much as you want. You can short anything that's tradable, and like I said, commissions are pretty cheap. If you use less than 300 shares, your full round trip commission's like $4. And so it's just ridiculously beneficial for new traders. Makes a lot of sense, and it's just a much cheaper option for you to learn how to trade. And so there's the link. Above, the Nightbot posted it.
All right, guys. Might get stopped out here. Just gotta hold to my level.
Yeah, for sure. It just makes a lot of sense for new traders, Tony. Like, it just makes sense. Like I said, one of the benefits of it is that most new traders, I think, usually like what happens is they'll deposit what like 3,000 into like a regular conventional broker, and then they'll lose that, and so they're down like 2 or 3 grand. And most new traders are going to lose their first account. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what guru tells you you can get rich in a week. Most new traders are going to lose their first account. And it's just a much cheaper option to spend $3.99, get a decent amount of buying power, actually be able to short anything that's tradable, and lose that, which I think most traders will lose their TEFS account as well, their TradeNet and TEFS account. But it's a much cheaper option, and so it really gives them that time to spend much less and actually learn how to trade with a live account. And it just makes sense for new traders. So there's the link if you want to check that out. Great way to help support the channel as well. It's one of the ways we keep everything free here. It's one of the ways we kind of do all of this for free. And so if you want to help support us and use the same broker, you can go check out that link as well. Most likely. I can check Fishbone. It's most likely not. Yeah, it's not tradable. It's not necessarily. It just depends on the volume, right? Like if it consistently has good volume, a lot of times it's going to be tradable. But if you look before the 31st, so it's only gotten volume in the last week, but before that it was basically non-existent. It was just extremely small range, literally a 1 or 2 cent range on the day. And so
they based it on liquidity.
Right. And so for that reason, it's just not tradable because like I said, it had no liquidity prior to that. Yeah, don't stress it, Tiny. $27 is small. You'll bounce back. If I were like Monday, typically the volume's the worst on Fridays. And so volume's a little bit dull on Fridays. And so that's why, you got to just be careful.
Yep.
Because think about it, some people are leaving early. Some like big time traders are going out of town and they're leaving early and they're not going to be able to trade on Friday. Because again, they know as well that the volume's a little bit worse on Friday specifically.
And there's also whenever it's a slow day, that's not the kind of day that you want to go ahead and put the pedal to the metal.
Right.
Those are the days that you want to conserve your capital and come to the day that sets up in your direction, not a day that you have to feel you're fighting the market. If you ever feel like you're fighting the market, trust me, from one trader that's traded over 3 years, end the day. Because you can come back in a day where you feel the market's just going your way. Saw that 12 pullback buy opportunity for LJPC. That's a crazy stock to be in right now.
Yeah. Hero
at 16. Let's see if we start ripping through Cron.
Yeah, it's looking better for you now for sure. But yeah, Hero, it means I understand basically. It's slang. It's slang terminology in English. Yeah, I know, man. Hey, patience helps my trading, brother. Just think of it as me conditioning myself to be patient with my trades. That's optimism right there.
At its finest.
Hero's just a kid. I don't want to be mean to him. I don't mind him being here as long as he doesn't spam the chat. He can stay. That's right. I have kids, so I get it. Yeah, LJPC still ripping up here.
right, we're gonna give this trade the chance at least. Here's gonna be that point where we want to see volume just start collecting into the stock and getting back, making a rip towards that high.
I am using this is TradeNet and Tefs, Gary. So it's TradeNet and Tefs. Here I can post the link if you want to check it out. Like I said, a lot of cool benefits to it. There's the link. You could reach out to them, ask them more. It basically comes with a funded account. You get 14,000 in buying power, no PDT rule. You can day trade as much as you want. $3.99 is what the base package costs, and like I said, it comes with 14K in BP. No PDT rule, and commissions are pretty cheap if you use like less than 300 shares. So there's some benefits for traders. There's the link if you want to check them out. Decent platform too. I actually like the Tefs platform. I think it's pretty solid as a platform.
Yeah, it's very reactionary, low latency. Reminds me a lot of DOS.
Yeah, me too.
That's why I use it.
Very similar to DOS. There you go. See if we get that rip over 1608 or so.
Yeah. Get to that 1610 and then it can take half off.
CGC is kind of following it up too. CGC is kind of doing very similar things. So we'll see if we get that rip on both of them.
I got all
drag the sector up.
My left, Cron, ACB, APHA, CGC.
LGCY.
Hold.
LGCY, it's a penny stock. I think it's got a little bit. I mean, actually, the range isn't that bad for it. It's just a little bit lower price than I typically trade. Especially like if I trade penny stocks, I definitely don't trade them at this time. I'm watching LJPC for sure, Mike. LJPC breaking highs, and it's tradable in TEFs. But like if I'm trading a stock like LGCY, most of the time I'm looking for opening trades. I'm going to look for like moving average crossovers. I'm going to look for pre-market high breaks, low of the day breaks, and high of the day breaks, and that's all. And maybe some dip buys. But right now, it's just too late in the day for me to want to trade like LGCY. It's just too late. It's just a little bit too late. Are you on the competition account, AZ? Are you in the competition? Because the competition software was doing that to Mitch as well. It didn't do it to me, but I think the competition platform was having some issues.
Yeah, one of the key things I noticed is where if I had detached charts and I did trend lines on them, that's when it started crashing on me. Ever since then, I did a re-update and I've been using more of my Thinkorswim charts just until the challenge is over and we get all those traders to get off the server. That's really what's going on. It's just too many traders on the server.
Right. The normal platform that we use isn't really like that, so, you know.
Yeah. So it's on different servers. I don't know if you noticed, but when you got on that challenge, you had to change your server, and that's really
Yep.
what went on there.
Yeah. I'm back at server 6.
Yeah. I mean, it's just normal. You override a server. I mean, that's just gonna happen.
Yep.
All right, guys, this is gonna be an important level right here. Let's see if it holds 16. If it gets back above. If it gets below 16, we might just have to stop out, break even, and just get out the trade. But we're gonna give it this chance to break out and give us that profit. And that's all we can do as traders. If we set ourselves in the best probable position, and then from there you let the trade work itself. I think that's one thing that traders don't understand, especially when they're first starting, is that the trade works itself. You know, there's other traders. You're not the only one trading this stock, so you have to be kind of more in a reactionary, observe kind of mindset than be in that whole like I'm making this stock move. This stock moves because I buy it here or short it here. That's not really what happens. Most of us are not going to be having that kind of size to really affect a stock. So what you want to do is kind of be observed and stay to your system. If it goes to your profit, it goes to your profit. If it goes to your risk, it goes to your risk. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I'm on server 6 too, and mine's been fine on server 6. At least up until the last 2 weeks. I haven't tried it. I've been on the competition account, but mine's been okay.
All right, guys, next candle is going to be really important here. So you're going to drag down to the support. You're going to come back above 16 with some strength. Looks like that LJPC going to go for another rip.
Yeah, man. Just broke 1250s. It's up to 1260.
Yeah, that 1201
68.
buy when it pulled back to that 90 MA. Man, that would have been a great buy.
The big level here is the pre-market high at 1268. If it could rip over that and especially hold that 1268 level as support on LJPC, then it could really start going parabolic here, get up to 15 or so. But you can see that's the level where it kind of got rejected a little bit now, is right at that pre-market high at 1268. And so if it rips over that and holds that level of support, it looks really bullish. So we'll see. Yeah, see, we get a little rejection there actually at the 1260 or at that 12, yeah, 68 level.
I don't know if you want to take a look at it, but CGC, guys, if I don't get my breakout, cannabis doesn't break out, CGC looks good for a fade.
Yeah, I mean CGC kind of looks the same as Kron. That's the only thing is that it looks like a rejection a little bit.
Yep.
See if we get a bounce here. I think this is the big level.
Yep.
Hey, nice, Mike. Hey, congrats, man. Hey, that's good. Yeah, man. You know, pre-market highs are super significant. In my opinion, the two biggest levels. There we go. There's the break over 1268. It's up to 1280s. The two biggest levels on a gapping stock like this are the pre-market high and the previous day's close. Those are two levels that you always want to watch for because they just hold a lot of weight over the stock, a lot of sway over what the stock does. And so we get that break. Let's see if that 1260, that pre-market high, can hold as support now. If it continues to rip up. It's trying. You see how it pulls back to that level and it's going to test it to see if it can hold it as support now. I think that's the big thing with this one. We're just going to see if it can hold that level as support, and then, you know, a lot of people are going to jump in after. Like, if it holds this level of support and then breaks that high of the day again, a lot of people are going to just hammer into that one right when it breaks 1286. It might even do a 1 minute pullback here. And so that's kind of the big thing to watch if it forms that 1 minute candle and then rips up, especially if it's a hammer candle as well. Yep, it was. All right, so look here. Let's see if it breaks here. There's the break, and a lot of people are just going to hammer into this one on LJPC. It's got the whole dollar there, though, as well, though, at 13. And so that level holds some weight over it, too. But if we can break over that 13 level, it can get a lot of momentum up. These are the moves that can get halted and everything, just depending on how strong they are. It's testing 13. So the whole dollar is going to hold some sway, too, right at 13. But if it can hold over that, there we go. Yeah, see. Just like I said, man, that level breaks, a lot of people are going to hammer into this one. Yeah, beautiful little 1 minute pullback, though, for LJPC. I mean, that's what you want to see with a 1 minute pullback. I might throw my chart up here real quick, Mitch.
You're good.
So, yeah, what we see here, let me bring my big chart up. Okay, so yeah, what we see here with LJPC is a 1 minute pullback, right? So it broke this high, and you can see that 1 minute pullback here. And the big thing is to look for a hammer style candle. You can see how it's kind of a thin hammer. But once we get that high, the day break right here, and it pulls back back down to that previous high, right around 72, which is also the high of the day. You can see right around here. It pulls right back to that level, holds it as support, and then when everybody sees this level hold as support and it breaks this high, people are jumping in. You know, they're going to jump in there. Again, though, these levels are mostly meant for scalping plays. Like, you can hold them long term, but with most parabolic movers, I'm not marrying these stocks. I'm getting in and out quick. And so we get the quick breakout here. What it move, like 30, 40 cents. And so again, this level is like the big level. This level right here at 72, 73. It might be like 68 really, but right around here is the big level to watch if it pulls back to there. All right.
guys. I might get stopped out here. If I do, it's going to be at 88.
Whoa. Look at LJPC rip here. It's up to 1345. Crazy move here for LJPC.
It's just ripping, man.
Yeah, man. That's what I said. That big level there is the pre-market high. Once it breaks that pre-market high, everybody's watching that thing, man. And especially once it...
I'm trying to play these long. Like, I've caught in a couple of parabolic longs before. I've gotten a little bit over than $1.
For sure. And this one ripped up almost $1. It's just the psychology. Like when people see it not only break the pre-market high, because a lot of times you're going to get fake outs right at the pre-market high, but when people see it break and then hold as support and then break highs again, that's when that really bullish mindset comes in and everybody just starts hammering it and just jumping in. And like that's what we see here. Yeah, there it goes up to 1390s for LJPC.
I think it's shredding.
Yeah, man. It's going parabolic. It's one of those. Could go up to... I mean, we'll see what happens to it, but this is one of those ones that could go crazy, crazy.
Hands on the trigger to sell, guys. Just want to see if there's going to be some shares to fill in here. Quickly rebounded. Give it a second. I'm playing with. There you go.
You still in it?
I'm all right here.
Oh.
Out. All right, guys, it's gonna do it for me.
Yeah.
Hit my max. I'll take that. It is what it is. Overall, it's gonna be a break-even week for me. I had a pretty decent. And some trading days that were decent. I had a minus 100 day, minus 200 day, the plus 300 day, plus 100 day. So pretty much breaking.
Yeah, break even's fine. Kron's kind of low volumes kicking in, so it's kind of squeezing up and down. But yeah, guys, that's it for today. So like I said, go check out the Nightbot link if you want to use the same broker that Mitch and I are using. hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Unlike all of these other YouTubers, we actually day trade live on stream every weekday morning. And so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the like button if you want to help show your love for this channel. And yeah, good luck in the markets, guys. Go check out our website as well. I'll post the link to our site one more time here. Got a lot of good free content on here with broker reviews. We got strategy breakdowns. We got a lot of cool stuff. So go check it out. Back to live trading next week. Really excited for it. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Have a good weekend, all. We'll see you all Monday.
Take care.